Quitting weed is one of those things that looks easy on paper, but the reality is this can be far from the truth. Some people can seemingly quit with no problem, while others sit there telling themselves that they'll quit tomorrow, every day. So for them, tomorrow is always tomorrow and never today. I started smoking weed at 14 and almost immediately started smoking daily. As soon as I got my first job, I got my first plug, and well, the rest is history. Now I started smoking and working at the beginning of the vid, so I ended up having way too much time on my hands. I quickly went from smoking carts to blunts to just bongs, like getting everything I could get my hands on basically. There were even times where I made a bunch of like homemade stuff out of potatoes, apples, and homemade gravity bongs, all just ridiculous, stupid stuff. And I didn't even have to do it, I just did it to do it. Like it was just, I was engulfing myself in the culture. Around this time, I also ended up getting with my first real girlfriend, and then we ended up just smoking all the time. It was like one of our things we did. And as you can imagine, that kind of just reinforced the habit that much more. Now I actually managed to quit smoking twice, but I tried so many times. Like, here's what doesn't work for me. Going cold turkey is honestly the most thing you can do. You go from drowning your brain in THC to an immediate drought. Unless you just want to feel like the world is ending and all your problems are 10 times worse. Do not do this dumb shit. This is like a fat person being like, oh shit, I'm fat. Guess I can never have sugar again. I guess I can never eat my favorite foods that I've been eating for years, my entire life again. Like, doesn't make any sense. It might work for some people, but it's not gonna work for the majority of people. And sure as hell never works for me. It doesn't make sense to undo years of habit forming in just a couple days or a couple weeks. Personally, I think that trying to quit cold turkey and failing to do so made me stick with smoking longer than I had to. Like, I probably could have quit sooner if I went about it a different way. But because I told myself, oh no, this is the way I have to do it, kind of fucked myself over. And I kind of just reinforced the idea that, oh no, you can't quit, like you're stuck doing this. And I kind of lost a little bit of trust in myself. Now, tapering, which is the act of slowly cutting down, like bit by bit, starting here, next day you're doing just a little bit less, the next day you're doing just a little bit more than you were doing that day. You know what I mean? Like, that shit, way better approach. Think of it like slowly helping your grandma get down some stairs. If you rush her to the bottom, she might hurt herself. But if you're patient and give her time, she'll make it down a lot more graciously. Now this is just me speculating, but this seemingly small detail can make or break your official start. Now if you work your regular hours or have just a weird schedule, this might not apply to you, but you could probably still fit it in with the way your life is set up. When I tried to quit smoking in the beginning of a week, it would make it a lot harder to mentally accept the fact that I was quitting, that I wouldn't be able to smoke throughout like the whole week. And I also would have to endure whatever challenges that I'd have to go through throughout the entire week without having that break of smoking. Trying to quit on the weekend kind of does a similar thing where I'm like, oh, I have all this time on my hands. I have all this fucking space where normally I'm just chiefing it up. But now I have to completely replace all of that. So it's like more just a mental bullshit, like where I'm thinking about it way too much. And you think about it, you get more cravings, more temptation, more likely to fail. You know what I mean? Instead, what's worked best for me was just quitting in the middle of the week while I already have a little bit of momentum going. So say I'm like even a Tuesday or a Wednesday or Thursday, because by the time I get to the weekend or I get to the beginning of the next week, it's like I've already had a few days under my belt, and it's like, oh, I don't want to fuck that up. I don't want to give that up. You know what I mean? I don't want to restart the timer. So starting when you already have momentum, you already have other things going on, you have things that can basically just distract you till you get to that point, is probably the best thing that you can do, because in my experience, that's what's worked for me. Lastly, this is the biggest thing that I think honestly matters most. It's quitting at the right time. I do believe that there was a point in time in life where weed did serve me good. It helped enhance social situations. It helped me just kind of build on my character and kind of put me in situations that helped me become a better person in a way. And I made a lot of friends, you know what I mean? Like, but it's not that way forever, you know what I mean? And I'm at a point in time right now in my life where I feel like taking it out would probably be more beneficial than keeping it in. So I think that you kind of have to use common sense with this one and apply it to your own life, but understand that, like, just because it might not be serving you in this time doesn't mean it might not in the future. You know what I mean? But a lot of people know deep down whether or not it's the right time, like, and they kind of just decide to pick up the phone or ignore it. You know what I mean? So you gotta make the right call for yourself. Shit, I'm currently 13 days into not smoking for right now, and this was after literally smoking every single day. Like, I'm not gonna smoke again for a while because I don't want to reset that timer, you know what I'm saying? So, but maybe one day I'll go back, you know, maybe once I get my shit figured out, I get life set up or whatever, or I see a reason for it to start enhancing my life again or whatever, you know. But right now, If you've quit or tried to quit smoking in the past and have any feedback on my ideas, I'd love to make the comment section a place to have a discussion about this. What works for you? What doesn't? What have been your biggest challenges with quitting smoking weed? I'm sure someone can find value out of your situation in the same way that I hope you find value out of mine. Anyways, thanks for watching.